All right, get ready, because we are diving deep today
Oh, yeah.
into a book that, like, seriously changed how I think about money. The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. And
Yeah.
we're going off this podcast episode that summarized it really well. This isn't your typical finance book about picking stocks or budgeting. It's about like the mental game of money, how like our emotions and beliefs actually drive our financial success way more than we realize.
Yeah, it really challenges that idea.
Exactly.
You know, that you have to be some kind of Wall Street whiz to do well with money.
Totally. And you know what's crazy? Housel argues that like being good with money often comes down more to like how you behave than how smart you are.
Think about it. We've all known someone who maybe isn't a financial genius on paper, but they consistently make sound decisions. They save diligently and end up in a great place. And then on the flip side, there are those who make a ton of money. But struggle to manage it.
Ugh, I know those people.
Yeah.
That's so relatable. I'm picturing that friend that's always like,
oh, totally,
splurging on the latest gadgets, even though they're always complaining about being broke.
Yeah.
Housel would say.
Right.
It's not about their math skills. It's about their money mindset.
Exactly.
And he even dives into how our upbringing, like our family's financial habits, can have this like lasting impression on how we view money.
Right.
Sometimes even more than like logic or education.
It's so fascinating because it can work both ways.
Totally.
You know, maybe you grew up watching your parents struggle financially, so you become hyper-focused on saving.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Or maybe you saw them achieve success through smart choices.
Yeah.
And those lessons just stuck with you.
Right.
Either way, it highlights how much our personal history
Yes.
shapes our financial decisions.
That's a great point. It makes you wonder, like, what money messages did we pick up along the way, and how are they playing out in our lives now?
It's like, yeah, you're carrying that baggage.
Yes.
And here's where things get even more interesting.
Okay.
Housel kind of throws another wrench in the whole thing by saying luck plays a bigger role than we might admit.
Look, you mean like random chance?
Yeah. Like sometimes financial outcomes are influenced by events totally outside our control.
Yeah.
He even compares investing to a game where you can make all the right moves, but some random event can just throw you off course.
Like you can't plan for everything.
Exactly. It's like that saying, the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry.
Ooh, I like that one.
You know, imagine you carefully research a company, invest in its stock, and then bam, some unexpected global event just sends the market into a tailspin.
That's scary.
Yeah, there's no amount of financial savvy that could have predicted that.
Yeah. He calls those unpredictable events, what does he call them, tail events?
Tail events.
Like things that are rare but have a huge impact when they do happen.
Exactly.
Like think of Warren Buffett.
Right.
A big chunk of his wealth came from just a handful of pivotal decisions made over decades.
It's not always about being the smartest. It's sometimes about being in the right place at the right time and making the most of that opportunity.
That's interesting. So how does accepting this element of luck change how we view success and setbacks?
Well, it definitely takes the pressure off. Feeling like we need to be perfect all the time.
So true.
It's almost liberating.
Yeah.
Encourages a more balanced perspective.
Okay.
We can celebrate the wins, but also understand that sometimes things happen that are just beyond our control.
And speaking of taking control, this leads to Housel's fresh take on saving, which I love.
Okay.
He argues that saving isn't just about building a nest egg for retirement. It's about creating freedom and options in your life right now.
It's about the power of choice.
Yes.
Imagine having a financial cushion that lets you change careers without worrying about immediate income.
That would be amazing.
Or take a year off to travel the world.
That's so nice.
Or even just say no to a project that you just don't feel passionate about.
That's freedom.
That's financial freedom.
Yeah.
And it's not just for the super rich.
Right.
Even a small amount saved can give you a sense of security
For sure.
And the ability to navigate those unexpected situations.
Like a safety net.
It's like having a safety net so you can take more risks and pursue opportunities you might otherwise miss.
I love that.
Yeah.
So instead of seeing saving as deprivation,
Right.
it's actually about opening up possibilities.
It's not about what you're giving up today,
right,
but what you're gaining for tomorrow.
Yeah. And that ties into another big idea from the book.
Okay.
Defining enough. This one really hit home for me.
Yeah.
In a world that's always pushing us to want more, more.
Right.
It's so easy to lose sight of what actually matters.
It is.
Housel challenges us to step back from that always striving mentality and ask ourselves, what is truly enough to make me feel content and secure? What am I really working toward?
I like that.
Because here's the thing. The book gives examples of people who achieved incredible financial success, but were still miserable.
Wow.
Because they never stopped chasing that next level of wealth.
Right.
They never felt satisfied.
It's like they were on a treadmill.
Always running.
Always running, but never getting anywhere.
Never getting anywhere.
It begs the question, what are we running toward?
Yeah.
And how can we define enough so we can actually enjoy the journey?
This is where things get really introspective, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not just about a number in your bank account.
Right.
It's about your values and what truly brings you happiness. Have you ever thought about what enough looks like for you?
It's a powerful question, and it might have different answers for everyone. But acknowledging that there is a point of enough is a huge step toward finding contentment, both financially and personally.
And you know what? I think this idea of enough actually connects back to the earlier point about luck.
Oh, interesting.
When you're content with what you have, those unexpected ups and downs in life don't hit quite as hard.
That's a really insightful connection. When you're not constantly chasing something more, you're more resilient in the face of both good and bad fortune.
Okay, now let's talk about something that Housel calls a superpower.
Okay.
Compounding. He gets super excited about this concept, and honestly, his enthusiasm is contagious.
I love that.
It's the idea that small, consistent actions over time can lead to massive results.
Like rolling a snowball.
Yeah.
It starts small, but as it rolls, it picks up more and more snow.
It just gets bigger.
Growing exponentially.
It's like that penny a day thing.
Oh, yeah.
If you save just a penny every day after a year, it's not much.
Right.
But if you keep doing that for decades, the magic of compounding kicks in, and that small effort turns into something significant.
The key is consistency and patience.
Patience.
Most people underestimate the power of the long game.
Yeah, they want it now. Now.
Not just in finances, but in all aspects of life.
This is true. It's that marathon, not a sprint mentality.
Exactly.
Whether you're building a business, mastering a skill, or even nurturing a relationship, those small, consistent actions day after day eventually add up.
It's amazing.
To create something extraordinary.
So how can we, as listeners, apply this compounding mindset beyond just our finances?
That is the question.
Where else in our lives can we see the benefits of playing the long game?
That's something to think about. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's bring it back to money. Housel makes a really important point that I think gets overlooked in our culture.
Yeah.
Wealth doesn't equal happiness.
He's not saying money can't contribute to happiness.
Of course not.
But he argues that simply having a lot of it doesn't guarantee a fulfilling life.
Right. In fact, the book highlights the importance of having control over your time as a key ingredient in happiness.
I like that.
It's about that balance between earning more and spending less.
Right.
Because sometimes living within your means, even if it means earning a little less, can actually give you more freedom and happiness in the long run.
It's true.
Right? If you're constantly working to earn more.
Yeah.
But you're never taking time to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Right.
What's the point?
Exactly.
It comes back to that question of enough.
Yeah.
What does money truly mean to you? And how much of your life are you willing to trade for it?
Those are some deep questions.
I know, right?
That I think are worth pondering.
Yeah.
Because ultimately it's about aligning your financial goals with your values and what you want your life to look like.
So true. So before we wrap up this first part of our deep dive, let's take a moment to reflect. What's resonating with you so far?
For me, it's that idea that financial success isn't just about numbers. It's about understanding your psychology, your beliefs, and your behaviors around money.
I like that.
It's about making choices that align with your values and ultimately lead to a more fulfilling life.
Well said. We've covered a lot of ground already.
We have.
From the surprising role of luck to the power of defining enough. And embracing the long game.
The long games.
But there's still so much more to unpack.
There is.
We'll be back in a moment to continue our deep dive into the psychology of money.
Sounds good. You know, it's fascinating how Housel weaves these seemingly disparate ideas together, you know? Love savings, defining enough, the power of compounding to paint this complete picture of our financial psychology.
Totally. He's giving us this new framework for thinking about money.
Yeah.
One that goes beyond just the technical stuff.
It's refreshing to see a financial expert acknowledge these deeper human elements.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's reminding us that it's not just about spreadsheets and market trends.
No.
It's about self-awareness, understanding our own biases, and making choices that are aligned with our values, even when faced with unpredictable circumstances.
And that's what makes the psychology of money so much more than just another finance book.
Totally.
It's like an invitation to examine our beliefs and behaviors around money to really understand our own personal relationship with it.
He prompts us to ask those big questions why do we work so hard for money?
Yeah.
What do we hope to achieve with it? And how can we use it as a tool to create a life that's both financially secure and deeply fulfilling?
It's about aligning our financial goals with our overall life goals.
That's a message that resonates with everyone, no matter where they are on their financial journey.
It's a reminder that money is simply a means to an end.
Totally.
That end should be a life that is rich in meaning, purpose, and connection.
Speaking of which,
that
podcast episode we mentioned earlier
did
a brilliant job capturing these nuances from the book.
I thought so too.
It really distilled those key concepts in a way that's easy to understand and apply.
I especially appreciated how they emphasized those practical takeaways, encouraging listeners to take action and put these ideas into practice.
Right. Remember how they highlighted the importance of having a long-term perspective?
Oh, yeah.
Not just with investments, but also with our personal growth and relationships.
It's that idea that true wealth is built over time through consistent effort, patience, and a willingness to ride the waves of life's inevitable ups and downs.
Which brings us back to that concept of saving for flexibility.
Right.
Not just for retirement, but for the opportunities that present themselves.
Right now, it's about that shift in mindset from viewing saving as a sacrifice to seeing it as this powerful tool for creating choices that align with our values and priorities.
Having that financial cushion can open doors you might not have even imagined.
I know, it's true.
Starting a business, traveling the world.
Yeah.
Or simply navigating life's unexpected twists and turns with more ease.
It's about having the freedom to pursue your passions and live life on your own terms.
And that ties beautifully into another key takeaway from both the book and the podcast.
Yeah.
The power of defining enough.
So important.
It's so easy to get caught in that endless cycle of wanting more, comparing ourselves to others, and chasing after the next shiny object.
But as Housel points out, true contentment comes from recognizing when we have enough to meet our needs and support the lifestyle we desire.
It's about finding that balance between enjoying the fruits of our labor and appreciating those non-material things that bring us true happiness. So let's turn this question to our listeners.
Okay.
What does enough look like for you?
Yeah.
Have you taken the time to define your own version of
good question
financial and personal fulfillment?
That's such a valuable exercise to go through and something we should revisit as our lives evolve.
Because defining enough is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process.
It is.
It's about making sure our values, goals, and financial decisions are all pointing us towards a life that feels authentic and fulfilling.
And ultimately, that's what the psychology of money is all about. Recognizing that money is more than just a means of exchange. It's a force that can shape our values, our choices, and ultimately our happiness.
It's a reminder that true wealth goes far beyond just our net worth.
It's about having the freedom to pursue your passions and to find success on your own terms.
It's about feeling financially secure, yes, but also about experiencing a sense of purpose, meaning, and connection in our lives.
What a beautiful way to sum it up.
Right.
And, I think that's an important reminder for everyone listening. No matter what their financial situation looks like right now.
Totally.
It's about shifting our focus from simply accumulating wealth to creating a life that is truly rich in every sense of the word.
So as we move towards the final part of our deep dive, what stands out to you as the most impactful concept so far?
It's hard to pick just one.
I know, right?
Because they're all interconnected. But what really resonates with me is that idea of financial psychology.
Okay.
That our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors play such a significant role in our financial outcomes.
It's about understanding that personal finance isn't just about numbers and spreadsheets. It's about self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and making choices that are aligned with our values and aspirations.
Well said. And for those listening who want to explore these ideas further, we highly recommend checking out Morgan Housel's book, The Psychology of Money.
It's a game changer.
It is.
We'll be right back with the final part of our deep dive.
Okay.
We'll explore some of the most profound implications of the psychology of money and how they can impact your life beyond just your finances. It's amazing how, taking control of your finances can, create this ripple effect of positivity in other areas of your life.
It's like a weight lifts off your shoulders.
Totally.
And you suddenly have more mental space to focus on relationships, pursue passions, or just enjoy the present moment without that constant financial worry looming over you.
You're free to focus on what truly matters. It's interesting. It makes me think about how our relationship with money can actually mirror our relationships in other aspects of life.
That's a fascinating observation.
Really?
Think about it. If we're always chasing after more money, never feeling like we have enough, could that be a sign of deeper insecurity or a lack of self-worth? That might be showing up in other areas too.
That's a powerful insight. Our financial behaviors might be a reflection of deeper beliefs and patterns buried within us.
And conversely, if we can learn to be content with what we have, practice gratitude, and maybe even generosity with our money, those positive qualities could naturally extend to our relationships, our work, and how we approach life in general.
It's like that saying, how you do anything is how you do everything.
Precisely.
By working on our financial well-being, we might be transforming our entire approach to life.
It's true.
Without even realizing it.
It creates this positive feedback loop where our financial habits actually support our personal growth and vice versa.
So cool.
It all circles back to the core message of the psychology of money.
Okay.
Money isn't just about transactions. It's a force that can shape our values, our choices, and ultimately our happiness.
It's a reminder that true wealth is about so much more than just our bank accounts.
Absolutely. It's about having the freedom to live a life that is aligned with our passions, our values, and our own definition of success.
It's about feeling financially secure. But also about feeling a sense of purpose, meaning, and connection in our lives.
What a beautiful way to sum it up.
I know, right?
And, I think that's an important reminder for everyone listening, no matter what their financial situation looks like right now. It's about shifting our focus from simply accumulating wealth to creating a life that is truly rich in every sense of the word.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the psychology of money, I hope you're feeling a sense of empowerment and possibility. This book really opened my eyes to how much control we have over our financial well-being and how it impacts so many other areas of our lives.
Remember, your relationship with money is a journey, not a destination.
So true.
It's about making conscious choices, learning from your experiences, and continuously striving to create a life that is both financially secure and deeply fulfilling.
And if you're feeling inspired to explore these ideas further, we highly recommend checking out Morgan Housel's book, The Psychology of Money. It's a game changer.
Until next time, keep those minds curious, those hearts open.
Okay.
And remember, financial well-being is within your reach.
Happy diving, everyone.